Hello everyone, I'm Phoenix Tremayne, and today I'm going to give you my review of Mr. Mayor. NBC released 2 episodes yesterday, and unfortunately I watched them. Now let's go ahead and do these YouTube things. Hit that like button so that YouTube sends more people my way. Also going ahead and hit that subscribe button because I got lots of great material coming to you. Lots of new reviews and lots of new subjects I'm going to be throwing out there for you. So go ahead and do all that YouTube good stuff. And we're going to talk about Mr. Mayor, who started off with C-19 jokes. And he's mayor of Los Angeles. Now let's talk about this. You're doing C-19 jokes where you're like, you know, the world got saved by Dolly Parton because she went out and paid for vaccines for everybody. And so now in their world, everything is like back to normal. Tina Fey, what are you doing? Can you please stop doing what you're doing, Tina Fey? Normally, if Tina Fey is a part of a project, I'm usually gonna like it. This is some of the worst writing I have seen for a sitcom ever. And I've seen some bad sitcoms. I saw Rel, which I also did not stick with, but Rel is one of the worst sitcoms on the face of the earth. So we're gonna go ahead and talk about why him being a mayor of Los Angeles should not be doing C-19 jokes when 2.5 million people have it in Los Angeles and 28,552 people have died from it, and it's currently just numbers are just rising to the point where the industry has talked about shutting down production across the board against the state again, shutting down Los Angeles again. Meanwhile, we got a show set in 2021 that everything's okay. Everything's cool. Everything's back to normal. It's business as usual. That's a great fantasy, but that's not a great way to start off a show that continues with horrible jokes. Now, this show, it stars Ted Danson as Neil Brimmer, Kyle Kennedy as Orly Brimmer, his daughter, who's horrible on the show, Holly Hunter as Arpy, and then, you know, we have Bella Lovell as Michaela, Bobby Monahan as Jaden, and Mike Cabellin as Tommy, who they don't give much to do whatsoever. He's just kind of there. And this show could have been saved if the father and daughter had a different type of relationship. She is such a narcissistic pain in the butt that every time she came on the screen, I was so pissed off at everything she said, everything she did. It just annoyed the hell out of me. And when she won as class president, it felt just as unearned as her father becoming mayor. Just because he was a billionaire, and he kind of stepped in and he kind of just took over because he was entitled. And we just had an issue at the Capitol, you know, where we saw lots of entitlement. And yeah, that's like salt in the moon. And when it comes to diversity, yes, there's a couple of diverse characters on the show, but they're not really good, well thought. Well, I'm not going to target the diverse characters. None of the characters on the entire show is really well written. Nobody is well written. And the delivery of these jokes, like Ted Danson is not the person to have done this. They needed a real comedian. They needed somebody who could have been a lot more over the top. I know that Tina does the subdued stuff, but the type of jokes that they were doing, like him doing gummies, and then next thing you know, he's out there beating up mascots and getting in dog graves and all this kind of stuff. And it's like, that's that wacky, zany, over-the-top comedy that a real comedian, you know, that can do pratfalls and things like that. They needed somebody like that. You know, Jim Carrey back in the day, when he was doing stuff like Ace Ventura. They needed somebody on that level to take over this role, because Ted is just way too subdued in moments of wackiness. That's how it feels it's written, to be over the top, but he never takes it there. His daughter is a whiny millennial. I'm not saying millennials are whiny. I'm just saying that's how they wrote her, and how it's written, and she didn't earn respect, love, like loving the character or anything of that nature. It's just like if I was fast forwarding, every time I see her, I would fast forward. Period. Holly Hunter, I was hoping she could save the day and save the show. But that second episode, where she was stealthily getting what she wants, it was like a, what you call that movie, the one with George Clooney, and it's like 8 of them. It's a heist movie. I can't remember. Please put it in the comment section. But but it was like a heist movie type situation all over some tape that didn't feel like it didn't feel earned. Like the payoff wasn't strong enough to really be like, oh, she really got her. Just bad. So I did like Bobby Moynihan. He did a good job. He had a few moments that made me think that he's probably is going to be the most likable of all the characters. But everybody else is just so vapid. And in this climate, they're not talking about anything that I want to see. They're not joking about anything I want to see. And this is coming from a guy who watches Family Guy and Rick and Morty and all these other shows that have done this kind of humor so much better. The in-your-face, trying to shock you type humor. But instead of being shocking, it just felt really insensitive. Like there's this joke about Manny Petty, this worker who was hurt, his hands were hurt and his feet were hurt in an accident at work, and the mayor was just supposed to go there and say, so sorry, and then he said his name was Manny Petty, and being on gummies, he just kept laughing at him, and it didn't feel funny. It just felt like entitled people being insensitive to other people. And we really need to be coming together a little more, less insensitive. We need some good comedy with some good laughs. Like, I didn't like Call Me Kat, but the heart was still there. It did have some humor. Wasn't as good as Miranda, but I'm giving it the 4-episode test to sort of like let them get their groove of the show and sort of like reel me in. But, this show showed me no light, no hope, no nothing to make me want to just like move forward. So I'm going to end the review here. Of course, in the comment section, if you had a different, or if you can commiserate with me, or let me know, did you watch Mr. Mayor? What did you think about it? Did you think it was as stupid as I was, and not stupid in a good way? And if you did enjoy Mr. Mayor, go ahead in the comment section and tell us that you enjoyed it and I didn't know what I was talking about. I'm fine with that. Everybody's not going to like everything. But if you liked Mr. Mayor, go ahead and put your thoughts down there and put in there the things that you liked about it. Somebody might read it and decide to give this show a chance. But I am taking it off of my DVR because I'm done. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.